Hi guys, I'm Yair from Rain the Dog, and you're watching the series of lectures Beyond Selenium, the best way to become the best automation developer out there. Today I want to share with you something that will give you your new superpower. It's called CSS Selectors. You probably heard about this identifier before, but most people are not using it correctly. By using CSS Selectors in the optimal way, you can practically identify any kind of element in the screen and interact with. What do I mean by that? Let's start with a short example. I've navigated to this nice website. Everybody wants to go to Aruba, yeah? So, if you right click on this username text box and I inspect this element, let me do it again, 1 second, yes. If you click on it and inspect the element, you can see that the input type equals text, the name is username, and that's it. We don't have any class name, any ID, or anything else to interact with, okay? So what can we do? The same goes for the password. The password is the type password and the name password. That's the only information that we have. So let's go back to our code. I've added a new method called getElement by CSS Selector, which is very similar to the getElement by ID and getElement by class name from previous lectures. If you are not familiar with these two methods, you should go back to the previous lectures and study about them. But for now, you can see that this method doesn't contain anything besides this by CSS Selector. Let's go back to our test. So let's say I want to identify this username text box. I know it's from the type input, and I can use either the type text, which is quite generic, so I won't use it, but also I have the name username. The best way to use the CSS selectors, here I declare the type. It's type of input. Then inside I can include any kind of information that I want. In this case, I'm including the name equals username. Then I have this element and I can interact with. Next thing to do, after I have the element, I can insert the text. If you don't know how to insert text, please go back to our previous lecture talking about inserting text and you'll understand what's going on here. For the purpose of demonstration, I want to show you that for the password text box, I will use the type and not the name. Let's try to do that. As you can see, we have the input type equals password. Now we use a different type of selector, but we'll get the desired result. And the last thing that we need is the sign in button. Okay, I've called it login button and I have the result here. Of course, I need to include the assertion here in the end. Every test should include the assertion because we want to provide a pass-fail result in the end if our test was successful. So please remember to include the assertion in the end. Now let's overview our test before we run it. First, we navigate to this website. Then we identify the username box, we insert the text, we identify the password box by using a different type inside the input tag, and then we identify the login button. By the way, now I'm using the value. Let's have a look on this one. You see, I have input type equals image, name, login. I can use the name. I use value for this purpose, just to demonstrate for you guys. So we have 3 different kind of selectors, 3 ways to identify them, and 3 ways to make it unique. Let's run this test and let's hope that everything will work as we desired. Okay, the test was passed. We've selected all the elements in the screen and we click the button. Hope you guys enjoyed this lecture. If you enjoyed it, please give us the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet to our channel and you want to stay up to date with the greatest Selenium lectures out there, you should start following our channel. Also, please write down in the comment section down below if you have any suggestion for a newer video dealing with a everyday Selenium difficulty that you had in your daily job. Thank you for watching and goodbye.